Creekview University is a four-year institution located in the suburbs outside of Charleston, West Virginia. The university's population is approximately 9,000 students, and about 3,000 students reside on campus. I am the resident director of Chaplain Hall, one of the residence halls at CVU. Chaplain Hall houses about 150 students, and we are one of the smaller halls on campus. CVU is located in the Bible Belt, and while Charleston is quite progressive, our campus has remained rather isolated. CVU has little history regarding LGBT awareness, and we do not have an LGBT advocacy office, and in the past there have been rumors of hate-related crimes on campus. Within the CVU community, Chaplain Hall is a very open and accepting hall, and as a result, diversity has become our unofficial theme. Our residents and resident staff are all committed to creating a safe space to explore difference. Consequently, Chaplain Hall houses much of the university's LGBT student population. This past year, Chaplain Hall has made great strides in educating our students about diverse issues such as LGBT awareness. All of the Chaplain Hall residence assistants underwent LGBT safe zone training and organized a series of programs regarding LGBT awareness in the hall and the greater campus community. It was a big success. Furthering our hall's commitment to acceptance and diversity, the RAs and I created gender-neutral public restrooms in Chaplain Hall. This was also really successful for the hall and the students. While Chaplain Hall has seen great advancements regarding LGBT issues, I'm confident there is potential for growth both in the hall and the campus community as a whole. This year, we did face a few issues with students understanding and accepting difference in others, and we continue to encourage and support open dialogue among our student residents. As a result of the challenges and successes we faced this past year, we hope to create a residential living and learning community in Chaplain Hall named Community. Community's theme will be diversity awareness and will focus on the understanding and appreciation of human difference. In teaching and celebrating diversity, the community will encompass gender-neutral housing for students. Students will also be required to take a mandatory 1-credit class, 2 hours every week, focusing on diversity awareness and social justice. We aim to have approximately 25 to 30 students living in community, and 2 RAs will help build community in the RLC through programming and regular dialogue with residents.
I wanted to be an RA to help residents grow into who they are. It's been hard at times having difficult conversations with my residents because I don't always know where they stand on wanting to learn more about diverse populations. Being an RA of the community floor would get rid of all of that. Everyone there would want to gain a better understanding of all components of social justice and diversity, which would make it easier to establish an inclusive feel on the floor. Conversations around this topic would be easy to initiate because everyone on the floor would have a similar passion. It's kind of selfish, but I'm excited for how much easier programming would be on this floor. In my other years as an RA, I could get great attendance at the social programs, but the other types of programs were hard to get anyone to come over to. Community residents would run to the diversity ones, though, since it's what they want to learn more about, and I think residents would show up with incredibly open mindsets. The class aspect of the RLC, that would offer a safe space for continued growth that many residents otherwise might not get.
I'm currently a first-year student at Creekview University living in Chaplain Hall. I am really excited to be part of community next year. During my first semester, I took an intro sociology course that really opened my eyes and ignited a passion to issues related to diversity. After hearing about community from my RA, I thought this would be a great opportunity to learn more about diversity issues and help make Creekview an even more accepting place. Since I'm an environmental studies major, community will probably be the only chance I get to discuss these issues in college. The application process was great. The application included some basic information as well as had me fill out a few essay questions. These essay questions asked for my reasoning for wanting to join this living learning community, what my experience with diversity is, what I will bring to community, and what I hope to gain from this experience. This process helped me discover my true beliefs behind my motivation to join. Even though I'm a little nervous about living with a new group of people next year and not living with my current roommate, I'm excited for this opportunity and to be part of community.
When the Chaplain Hall RD told me about her idea for a living learning community, which focuses on helping students experience and appreciate diversity, I was very excited. Research has shown that diversity within a student body has far-reaching benefits for all students. Our world is rapidly becoming more and more diverse. Students who live and interact in a diverse environment learn more and are better prepared to be active participants in our diverse world. Classroom instruction on diversity is important, but students have to experience and interact with diversity on their own in order to truly understand and appreciate the range of human differences. This living learning community, with its blend of classroom instruction, small group discussion, and a diverse living environment, will provide a rich and meaningful educational experience for our students. Student development theory suggests that cognitive dissonance is an important initial step to personal identity development. This living learning community will create some cognitive dissonance and challenge students on how they view and interact with diversity. However, it will also create a safe and supportive environment where students can explore their own identities and relate to students with other unique identities. Ultimately, I think this living learning community is necessary for our campus to continue to become more diverse and to provide our students with a living environment where they can truly learn about and experience diversity.
The class component to community is mandatory for all students. The class will be 2 hours once a week and will be 1 credit per semester. As the resident director, I will facilitate the class and encourage participation and collaboration between student affairs and faculty across the campus. The learning outcomes for the class will revolve around understanding knowledge from a range of disciplines, relating knowledge to daily life, critical thinking, effective reasoning, relationship building, a sense of civic responsibility, and respectful communication. The class hopes to encourage campus, community, and global involvement.
This proposed living learning community will include a gender-neutral housing option for students. There are a number of unique issues that accompany gender-neutral housing. Consequently, the RD of Chaplain Hall has done a significant amount of due diligence to determine best practices in gender-neutral housing. Approximately 1% of institutions of higher education in America provide a gender-neutral housing option. These institutions have realized that it is important to consider the layout of the building that houses the gender-neutral community, the location and level of privacy of bathrooms, the staffing of the building, and where the building is located on campus. Chaplain Hall is uniquely suited for a gender-neutral housing community. The rooms are suite style, which provides students private bathrooms. Also, the public bathrooms are already designated as gender neutral. Chaplain Hall location on campus is also ideal. It is located far enough away from the center of campus, which has allowed it to develop its own unique, strong community, but it is close enough to the center of campus as to not feel excluded. In addition, Chaplain Hall has traditionally been a welcoming and diverse community which will embrace this type of living learning environment.
I think gender-neutral housing is a great aspect of community. Gender-neutral housing will help create a culture on our floor and in the rest of Chaplain Hall of acceptance of others. Also, I think it will create an environment that reinforces the material I will learn in the course component of community.
I don't know how the dynamic of the floor would change with gender-neutral housing. I don't think it would be too different though, since everyone living in the community floor would be selecting such an environment intentionally. But it's interesting to think about. Will roommate conflicts be different with a man and a woman living together? Will there be different tensions between roommates I haven't dealt with before? Or what will it be like to balance the needs of roommates of differing genders? These are all some of the questions that pop up into my mind when I think about the new challenges of gender-neutral housing. Honestly, I don't think I need to worry about any of that though. The intentionality of planning and recruiting students for community is helping to deal with that right away, and I know my RD will be an amazing support to me as the year gets going. Gender-neutral housing is going to produce new risks and challenges for me as an RA, but the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward.
In the future, we aspire for community to positively influence students, faculty, staff, and the rest of CVU community's perception of diversity, specifically regarding LGBT issues. Over the next 5 years, we aim to increase the number of students community serves annually, as well as make adjustments pertaining to the academic content of the class based on student and administrative feedback. Research and assessment will be a critical component to this initiative in the future. We expect the data collected will support our belief that this type of community has a positive effect on students' diversity awareness.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe in community.